What is going on, everybody? We're back on it. My Hero Academia Season 4, Episode 6. Just so you guys can get synced up here, I went ahead and I've skipped through the little the 30-second cold opening we had in the intro. So I am right at where they have this, right where the opening ended, right at this scene with the meeting room. And the subtitles is, hey, what is this? So just so you guys can sync it up and we'll be there. It looks like the characters don't know what's going on, but us as the viewers do. Sir Night Eye is recruiting other agencies, enlisting in their help to I don't know what the overall goal is. The overall goal with Overhaul. um are they trying to capture him by any means necessary? Capture him dead or alive? Just blow up the whole plan he's got going on? I'm sure we're going to get a detailed explanation right here. It's a lot more. I mean, they have Gran Torino's there, Aizawa's there. There was at least like 15 to 20 other actual pro heroes. My thing is, like, do you need the students? Unless you think they're that exceptional, do you need to put the students' lives at risk? With all those pro heroes that you have, given the history that's been going on with UA and the constant fuck ups they keep having going on. That's why they put them in the dorms, so they can kind of keep a more closer eye on them and make sure no villains attack. Is this the right thing to do? I understand if they were going to have the other heroes and it was just going to be like our agency with the kids, but they've got like 20 other top pro heroes there. So what's the purpose of the kids? I don't know. I guess I need to see the details of the operation. And we'll kind of go from there. And I guess kind of the only other things we're really waiting to find out is Overhaul's quirk, Overhaul's plan, and Eerie, is that her name? Eerie? What is her quirk? I've made the assumption that I think she maybe has like a 2-part quirk. A quirk that does multiple things. I think her quirk has the ability to nullify quirks. I think it's in her blood, so maybe if you come in contact with her blood, she can nullify your quirk for X amount of time. And then also maybe if you come in contact with her blood, she can enhance your quirk as well. So we'll see. I don't know if that makes... Because if you think about it in the way Aizawa has his, he doesn't need to like make bodily fluid contact with you. I don't know the parameters on hers, because if it has to be ingested, I mean, it's still a decent quirk, but I mean, it's hard to like, they got to shoot them with a bullet, or maybe have them drink your blood, or hook them up to an IV, or whatever it may be. Compared to Aizawa, where he could just hit you with a look. But maybe hers has longer lasting effects, and I don't know. Maybe we'll find out here. Let's just press play. So I'm right at the screen, right after the intro, where they have the meeting room title. The first subtitle is, hey, what's this? What are we doing here? Or what are we going to do? Let's go ahead and do it. Pressing play on it right now. Wow, they think the kids are going to have an active role. It's a big risk putting these kids out there, but... True, yeah, he came in contact with the, an unpleasant talk. He came in contact with the Nen bullet. Bullet. centipeder? Does that man have a roach for a head? Man has a roach head. Who's this dude? I mean, hmm. That's what I'm saying. Why are the kids here? Whoever this dude is, I agreed with you. Like, I understand if you want them there for the information, but like to actually put their lives at risk again. Cow hoof. Quirk jeans were damaged. Okay, so not permanently damaged. Oh, they got one that has the drug inside of it. The one that bounced off. They're gonna analyze it. What was it? So it's somebody's quirk. Yeah, their quirk. Okay, we're piecing it all together here. I still wanna. We still gotta talk about the reservoir dogs and how the hell they got put back together. disassemble and restore things, break things, and then fix them. Is that a legit thing about his quirk, though? Like, do we have confirmation? I'm not going to take that as confirmation of his quirk until I see the title screen that says. He is doing that. He is turning her body into bullets and selling it. He is. This is the first serious, like, thing we've had in a while. A little meeting here. Until I hear Present Mike in the title screen, Overhaul, quirk, whatever. I don't know if that's really his quirk or not. That was so anticlimactic the way they introduced it. They all regret it, but it's easy to regret it after the fact. I mean, what were you gonna do? They gotta get the girl. But who knows, like, how much of her blood they have stored? I mean, if he's been doing this for years, I mean, he could have gallons upon tubs of blood. I just need to know if that's confirmation on his quirk. They said his quirk was he was able to disassemble and assemble things. Is that imagery we got from the trailer? I think this is just imagery, right? This isn't actually what's happening. Yeah. True, you don't know where she is. You got lucky you saw her in the streets. She could be in any one of those, and once you attack one, if she's not there, they're going to be on high alert. But for anime purposes, I'm sure they're going to attack the right one the first try. They won't be noticed. Yep, exactly what I said. They attack and they don't get her, they lost their chance. Oh, true. You could use it on all of them. Why not? I mean, yeah, it's 24 hours in between, but watch a film of someone else's life for an hour. That film is all from the perspective of that person. All I can see is the person's actions and a little of their surroundings. Oh. It's still a lot, though. He could do it, correct? So he can, he just won't. He could check everybody in that room. I mean, they'd all have to wait their turn day after day, but I agree with what Aizawa was saying, though. Check them all and see if anybody's future has what they're trying to do in it. He doesn't want to. He can, he just won't. This is this is just like the Hunter x Hunter episode I just watched. Limited characters, one setting, back and forth conversation. My eye's really going through it. I wonder if it's because it's getting close to the time that he saw All Might die, or what. And that's putting him even more on edge when they ask about it, or I don't. I mean, Deku. I mean, I get what he's saying, but what was it? What was the play there? Same with Mirio. I mean, I think he's OP and he's best boy. Um, what's their play there though? Get lured into his compound, his building, and attempt to take her and leave? Thank you. They should not be involved. They shouldn't be. They will be. They shouldn't be. They're actually encouraging him. I get why they're sad and depressed, but I don't know what their play could have been. I have a feeling not all of them are going to live through this. Hmm. Are we almost done? Oh wow, we are done. Okay, here she is. Got some good content, but still a very slower episode. Is that the dude that oh no, I don't know who this is. Who's that dude? Our next caretaker. Use the carrot, not the stick. I mean, it's a good approach. Or something. He's trying to warm up, get her to warm up to him so she won't ever run away again. It's different from his touch. Yeah. Yeah. Dang, she's going through it. Oh, preview. We don't do preview. Okay, turn that off there. Um, solid episode. We didn't really get much, and it was kind of already what we knew. So it didn't feel like recap, but it felt like recap because I feel like we were kind of able to make these assumptions of everything they kind of like drew out and explained from what we saw last episode, and kind of the pieces we kind of placed together. So he said his power lets him disassemble and restore things. So again, a two-part quirk. Disassemble, a quirk that lets him break things and fix them. And a bullet that can break down one's quirk. Here's my thing with the break things and fix them. I would have agreed with that. That's a great shot, by the way. This right here. I'll just leave it on this. I would have been agreed with like the assemble disassemble had we not seen him like explode people, just like straight up explode them. Could he put them back together after that type of explosion? What he did to twice to compress his arm in the magnet chick slash guy, could he put the arm back together and put her back together? Or again, I don't know the extent, and again, I don't even know if this is his actual quirk because that feels like, oh, they just dropped it on us like that. How they have that information, I don't know. I don't know if that's the information they gathered from the research that they've done. They had the guy talk about the explosion site that they kind of researched and found out. Because that was my biggest question with the Reservoir Dogs. At the end of season 3, we saw like all of them literally laying on the ground in the street in like like pieces, like perfect like 4x4 squares, just chunked around in the streets. And then what was it, like 1 or 2 episodes ago, we saw them in handcuffs, like walking around, like put back together. So maybe that is his quirk, to disassemble, and he can break things apart and put them back together. I don't know the extent, the time limit. How long could you leave somebody kind of disassembled and put them back together and them still be alive? Like, does it preserve their bodies when they're just kind of like mindless chunks of a body, and they can sit like that for as long as he sees fit? And once he puts them back together, I mean, we saw the police report talking about they got put back together and their illnesses were gone, their cavities were gone. It's like, if that is his quirk, I can see that disassemble and assemble part because that makes sense what happened to them. The disassemble and assemble part I'm confused about is the taking off the gloves and touching people and them literally like he boils and bubbles up and it looks like they like get infected from the inside. So I don't know if he has more to his quirk than just assemble and disassemble. If it's just on some straight like destruct shit, I have absolutely no idea. I would say that was pretty much the biggest part of the episode that we had. Everything else was kind of speculation that I feel like a lot of the viewers had been putting together. Eerie must have something in her blood, and they said that they were able to kind of research that bullet that bounced off Kirishima, and they could tell it was human blood in there. And they pieced it together that, oh, his daughter, if it is or isn't, he's using his daughter's blood to make weapons to erase people's quirks. and Aizawa was saying like he just does his from like an outside level. Hers is going like into the actual genes itself, but it looks like it's just for a period of time and you go back to normal. I don't think there was any long time ramifications on what happened to our guy here. I forget his name. The one walking around with Kirishima. I forget his name. But his works from an outside perspective. So I don't know if you got exposed to her quirk continuously or in a bigger dose, if it's going to like the gene level, could it fully just erase your quirk permanently if you were exposed to a big enough amount of it? Because maybe they're just testing it out in the bullet form. Oh, does this amount work? How long does it erase the quirks for? How long does it damage the genes? If you got exposed to double that amount, would there be permanent gene damage? Or would the effects of it just last longer? That's kind of what we got to know. Is there going to be permanent, irreparable damage from what her quirk does? Or maybe the more you get exposed to, the longer the effects last. Those are pretty much the biggest questions I came out with. Like, the disassemble and assemble, like, is that his quirk? Like, point blank right there, that's it? Or is there more to it? Because I don't know how because it looks like he doesn't control what happens when he touches you, as far as like, when I touch you, whatever I touch is going to just combust and explode. There's no disassemble or assemble. I'm just straight like erasing you or parts of you. So I'm sure we'll get a big detail until I see the present mic cut screen where they do the animation. They're like, overhaul quirk blank. But we'll go with that for now and we'll see. And my only other thing was like, I get how Mirio and Deku are feeling, and you can feel like that after the fact, but really, what was the plan there? Say they follow her down there, and every one of his like henchmen or bodyguards have those Nen bullets on them. Like, you rush in there, you try to grab her, they connect with even one of you, and then the other one of you is going to hesitate because the other one just got shot and left behind, and they can't activate their quirk. So Mirio can't phase, Deku can't move like fast enough to escape or do anything, and then who knows what else you might run into in there if they followed them. So like, I get how they feel, but I don't know what they could have done differently other than grabbing her and running. And I wonder, do we have confirmation if Mirio can? He's not like a Nightcrawler from X-Men, is he? Like, if he touches you while he's phasing, can he phase you as well? I don't think so. I think it's just specific to him. I don't think we've seen that, have we? No, we've seen something like that. Like, Uraraka, she can touch you and make you lighter. So we've seen people being able to, like, put what their quirk does onto other people, but I don't think Mirio could pull somebody, like, into the earth with him and shoot them back out just because he's touching you. So yeah, that's another thing. Like, grab her and run, but who knows the goodness off of that. And I liked where Aizawa was going, and I thought he was going to sit their asses down. But I mean, even if he sat them down, I think it was going to be like what happened with All for One. They were going to rebel and go out there and try to find the girl themselves anyway. So I thought we were going to go down that route, because the fact that you're putting these kids on the front lines in danger again after everything that's happened, after you had to go door to door to different houses and beg the parents to, like, please let them stay on campus, let them continue. The multiple times they've been attacked, a student got kidnapped. It's just you're asking for a lot, and you're just asking for something to happen, for one of these kids to die, and then what? So I wonder if they brought Aizawa in. Like, is he going to be part of this mission? It'd be cool to see him, like in the flesh, fighting and working side by side. I wonder if they just brought him in because of the eraser quirk, and kind of wanted some more information about it. So we'll see who all kind of is the driving force behind this, what we get going. And then the Night Eye stuff about, I think he could look at each person one by one, but I think after what happened to All Might and seeing that he saw a death, I don't know if that's coming up soon or that is the reason he just doesn't want to kind of do that again. We'll see what they decide to do. My only gripe so far with the season, I mean, it's good. This episode, I feel like we didn't need the whole episode to be kind of this explanation, because I feel like the viewers, we could piece together the like this is what was happening. Her blood was being used, etc., etc. I would like to see some more of the kids, but maybe we've moved on from them. Like we've had 0 Bakugo and Todoroki, and any of the kids that aren't named, Deku, Kaminari, I mean Kirishima, Sue, and Uraraka. But maybe we'll get some more of them. Maybe they'll be brought into the story for the fight and everything. We shall see. So that is it. It is, what time is it? 1:45. Hopefully you guys will see this by 2:30 p.m. on Saturday. And we'll go from there. I'm going to be out of town all week. But my plan is, I've already reacted to Hunter x Hunter episode 117. I have that edited and ready and scheduled for Monday. I need to go ahead and react to 3 more videos. 2 Code Geass episodes for Patreon. I think episode 12 and 13 of season 2. And then I need to react to Hunter x Hunter 118. I'm flying out Monday. So I'm going to plan to do that today, tonight, and Sunday as well. Then I'll have that all scheduled for you guys. So we will have videos next week. They'll just be scheduled. So it's going to be some time between like the comments and me responding. And I might have already found the answer to things that you guys leave in. But still comment as always. And we can go back and forth. I'll have already seen the episodes. We can still go back and forth and it'll be good. And yeah, we'll go from there. And that's it. Y'all have a good weekend. I appreciate it. Happy Thanksgiving if I forget to bring it up for those that do or don't celebrate. Yeah, like, share, favorite, subscribe, and as always,